Hi. If you're on the recording, we're talking about video games. Sorry you couldn't be there. Lame. You didn't watch it live.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, losers. I'm just kidding. But now, since you're here, keep going, please.
No, yeah, but you just sort of play as a Serbian immigrant who comes to like the Americas, tries to live the American dream in New York. And it gets really over
New York would be fun.
Yeah, it's New York, so that's why it's the most fun. And I love like driving around Los Angeles, but I don't know. San Andreas, there's a lot more, and it's a little bit gameplay wise, a little bit more fun. But yeah, the fourth one just has so much. Just like they made they made like a biker DLC, Lost in the Damned, and then they made one called The Ballad of Gay Tony, which is like about it's like kind of like a Boogie Nights or not Boogie like a Saturday Night Fever kind of like you like are a club. Yeah, Tony Manero.
Tony Manero.
Tony Manero.
Yeah, where you're like a nightclub manager into this guy who's like a total just like flake, just really like gets in debt with gambling and everything. But it's like the stories are like really kind of for video game stories, especially at the time, they were sort of sophisticated in a weird way. And like satirical, and I don't know. I really just I love all those games. Soundtracks are really good too.
Yeah, I think so much of like video games is like they're literally like movies. Like like they literally have like so much. What do they call like the scenes between like gameplay?
Cutscenes.
Cutscenes. Yeah, they're so cinematic. Like it's kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just love how you can get so versed into like the story.
It's another form of storytelling. Like
yeah. Exactly.
It's weird too because there's like games like Fallout or Skyrim where they don't really have cutscenes, but they use they'll use like terminals, like computer terminals or notes. You can just sort of journal entries you can kind of find scattered around. And like what's cool about like a game like Fallout is you literally find out the story just by walking around. Kind of like you will go into like there's like a vault or something, and you can read a terminal and sort of piece together the story through things you find in there. And it's like, environmental storytelling or whatever you want to call it, but it's really kind of like a cool, I've never got into Skyrim or whatever because I'm not a huge fantasy person, but I really like the Fallout games I got really into just because it's such a cool, weird world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking of like cool, weird, not cool, weird world, but like open world video games, my favorite video games tend to be Legend of Zelda. I'm a big Legend of Zelda gal.
Which one?
Ooh, it's a hard one. I think, I always say my favorite one is probably Wind Waker.
Yeah. Is that the one? It's like they're like where you're little, right?
Yeah, you're like, little and you're on a boat. I also really like Twilight Princess, and unpopular opinion, I kind of liked Skyward Sword just because.
For the Wii, right?
Yeah, for the Wii.
I remember that one.
But I was also really young when those came out, so of course those are like my favorite ones because those are like the newest ones when I was playing. So of course those are tend to be my favorite. I think Breath of the Wild is also a very good game in general.
Yeah, I always want. I've watched people play that, and like
it's
seems
so
cool.
fun. I've been wanting to replay it recently, just because. Actually, I think I got a notification on my Snapchat stories today that 4 years ago I started playing the game. Like my senior year, I like recorded myself. Like, oh my gosh, I'm starting to play the game. Yeah, I recorded myself. Like I was like on Snapchat. I had to brag to people.
Do you like the one that came out for the Switch?
Yeah, it's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think that's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They made a few though for the Switch. I've literally, I don't think I've ever I played like a little bit of the very first Legend of Zelda. Like the Pixel one.
I never played the very
8-bit
first one.
And I think I played a little bit of Skyward Sword, but other than that, I never got really to. Oh, there's like Ocarina of Time and all those.
Yeah,
ones.
I played Ocarina of Time a lot. I know that game like the back of my hand.
Yeah, the Nintendo 64 ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, they also on the Switch they have Link's Awakening, which is like the reboot, and then they also re-released Skyward Sword for the Switch. But Link's Awakening is like the only like the.
It's a game, but that's the Game Boy remake, right? It's the remake of the Game
Link's
Boy
Awakening,
one?
Yeah, is like the remake. Is a remake. Breath of the Wild is the only like original like Legend of Zelda game on the Switch. So like it's not a reboot, not a remastered, or anything. But they're actually releasing a sequel to it, which is like not. It's like in theory, all the Legend of Zelda games are like connected. There's a timeline, very extensive timeline that I used to do a lot of research on. But yeah, but they're making like an actual sequel, like Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
That game has a weird aesthetic where it's like, it reminds me, did you ever play that game Journey?
Yeah,
for the PlayStation, for the PS3. It's the one where you're like these little like guys in cloaks in the desert, and it's super like minimalist, kind of weird, but Breath of the Wild really reminds me of that kind of super like minimalist. They don't like really guide you, like they don't push you anywhere. You kind of just do everything on your own, but it all kind of works out.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about Legend of Zelda is definitely the world in every game. I'm an only child, so I didn't have a lot of friends. So when I played video games like Legend of Zelda, I pretend I was in the game, you know. I pretend I was with Link. Like, Link's my best friend. Like, we do
Link's my bestie.
all these adventures together. And especially Breath of the Wild is like a more open world, so you can just explore. I literally would spend too many hours just like exploring. I spend my weekends playing that game, and like my senior year of high school, like, oh, nothing to do on a Saturday night, time to play Breath of the Wild like all night. So yeah, it's so fun. My roommate is actually playing it again, and I get like so jealous. I'm like, oh, to experience that for the first time again, I would kill for that. And I think like just the music itself is like such a important, like in any video game. Yeah,
there's some really good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, like I listen when I'm studying. I listen to either Legend of Zelda music or Animal Crossing music.
Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing.
Do you want to talk about Animal Crossing?
Talk about Animal Crossing? Sure.
Yeah.
I've actually played Animal Crossing, so it's actually funny because I hadn't played it for like probably like 6 months. Like, it's been a long time since I played Animal Crossing, and then they just released a huge update, so I started it up again for the first time in a while, like last week, and it's so fun. I forget like how cute it is.
I love
just
it.
Like you just like go talk to your little villagers, and like you're getting your little supplies and like building. It's crazy how much time you can spend on it, and like how fast time goes by when you're playing it. Like,
oh yeah,
the other night, like I was just listening to music and like playing it, and I was like, oh my god, like how long have I like been playing this for? Like, because I started cleaning up my island because it's like really ugly, but like it's super fun. And like I was one of those people who got the game like over quarantine.
Yeah, because I
remember, that was a huge thing, and they were like running out of Switches and stuff.
It was insane.
Like, because me and my sister were like, oh, let's get we should get a Switch and play Animal Crossing, and like all the stuff sold out. I remember when you were playing that too. I was jealous. I was like,
yeah, because I remember I was like counting down the days for New Horizons. I told everybody. I think like when it was 9 months, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to carry this baby. Like,
didn't it get like delayed too or something?
Yeah, it did get delayed. It was supposed to come out like December, I think.
But then it came out literally in March, like right when quarantine started.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
which was a
good
happy accident on their part. Like, everyone had it.
Yeah, because I remember I told you, I was like, Isabella, you should get it. You should get it. I made like Angie, my best friend Angie, get it too. I was like, Angie, you should get it. Like, it'd be so fun. And she got like a full-on Switch and everything.
Literally, like, that's exactly what I did, because
you shared with your sister.
Yeah, at first we shared because we had the bigger one that my sister and I got for Christmas, and we would play like Mario Kart on it and stuff. But then we realized that like you can only be like one person and like have your own world or whatever. And I was like, well, I kind of want like my own world. So then I bought like the Switch Lite and bought my own game.
Yeah.
So then we would like split it up.
That's what me and Molly wanted to do.
Exactly.
Me and my sister wanted to get the Switch Lite, but like then I was like, we're gonna have to like share the world or whatever. But I don't know. I also was really like just wanted to get for like I played it like a little bit on my friend's Switch, the Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, Odyssey was fun.
Yeah, and it was really fun, and I played a lot of it. Like I got pretty far and like on my friend's Switch, but I was like, oh, I want to get that, and just there's some like weird Switch games.
Well, yeah. Also, if you don't know what Animal Crossing is, because we know there might be some audience people who don't know what Animal Crossing. So, basically, Animal Crossing New Horizons, specifically on the Switch, is basically you are a villager who comes, like you just buy an island, and then you have to build an island up yourself. And you're human. However, your villagers or like your other neighbors are animals. So
you get like up to 10 to come live with you on your island, and you get to like, for the most part, pick them, and then
you can build
become
stuff.
Your friends.
Yeah, build stuff on your island, make it uniquely yours. There's a museum, so you can catch bugs, fish, which I caught all the bugs and fishes.
How did you even do that?
I've spent like 300 hours on Animal Crossing.
There's like a shark or whatever.
Yeah, I caught all of them. I remember like, it was like a daily routine like over the summer. Like wake up, Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. Like
for sure.
It was like a lot. I remember I would be so excited to be like, oh, We got
the phone number.
Wait, we'll say the phone number after I finish my sentence.
Okay.
Hunter. But yeah, I would invite Isabella to my island, and we'd FaceTime and talk about my island.
Yes,
and
because your island was so much prettier than mine.
I mean, it looks kind of ugly now, so I need to reorganize it, especially with the new update. I can farm now, so I might make a little farm. So yeah, but if you want to call in and tell us your favorite video game, you can call us in at 714. I'll repeat that. 714-516-6187. Again, 714-516-6187. Give us a call. Tell us your favorite video game. Your favorite HBO show if you don't like video games.
If we're going down the direction of quarantine video games, another video game that my sister and I played like all the time was all of our old Lego video games. We spent so many hours.
Which ones? You did Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter?
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean's a really underrated
I had one of the sets, I remember. But yeah, I had that for like 3DS, I think.
Yeah. We have Indiana Jones.
That's my favorite one, yeah.
All the Marvel ones, too.
I think I tried the Marvel one. It was okay.
We just like effing around like in the video games. So
yeah.
Like, oh my God, are we getting a phone call?
Are we? Oh my gosh, cut the cameras.
We can talk about Lego games.
Hello? Let me put you on. Give me a second.
It's Lego Indiana Jones calling in.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh my God. It's me.
God.
Hello.
It's Hunter from another dimension.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Look who it is.
What are we talking about? I just tuned in. I heard Animal Crossing talk.
Oh, of course you just tuned in.
I was eating dinner.
We're talking about Lego video games, Hunter.
We're talking about video games.
Oh, I have nothing to say about that.
That's why we said...
You played
Mario Party?
Other than Mario Party, what other video games have you played,
Marino
Hunter?
Party.
I love Mario Party.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what video games I play. I don't really play a lot. I'm trying to think of...
Candy Crush.
Stop. I love
I'm
Candy
not a big
Crush.
Candy Crush girl. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, the phone game. Wait, I love Cooking Mama.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I loved Cooking Mama.
Having a sister, I played
Mama.
that. Like, I had access to the Cooking Mama.
I was a big Pokemon girl, like on my DS.
Really? I never got into it.
Oh, I was a big Pokemon girl.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh God, I think Squirtle probably.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm. Good choice.
I played Pokemon Go back when everyone was playing that.
I feel like that became like there was like a app, like the app was released, and then for some reason like the summer 2019 everyone was playing it again.
Yeah, everyone got back into
it.
Like weirdly summer 2019 like wasn't quarantine, it was like summer 2019 because I remember
it was so random.
One of my friends and Angie and like our other ex-friend like would always play it. They would be like, let's go to a park. You want to go to a park and walk around and play Pokemon Go? And I'm like, and my phone, as we all know, does not have a lot of storage. So I was like, oh, I don't have a lot of storage on my phone.
It's on its last leg of life.
Yes, it is. So.
Well, how's everyone doing today?
Doing good, Hunter.
How's the show going?
Good. We actually had an issue with the recording, but we fixed it. We fixed it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But it's fine.
Well, I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, you want to hear some sound effects?
Yes. Oh my God.
She keeps playing that one.
Whoa. Is that supposed to be a burp?
No, it's a fart.
A bird?
A fart.
Burp.
Fart.
Yeah, it's a bird.
And then this one's called Crying Male.
Right? That's Jake Gyllenhaal right now.
Oh, man.
Oh?
We could go on about that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if we've talked about this. But, oh my God.
Do not. No, Hunter, we haven't talked about it yet. I haven't watched the short film yet, though, so.
Taylor Swift is playing video games with That Man's Heart.
Oh,
yeah.
Lana Del Rey has a song called Video Games.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
It's
video
you, it's you. It's all for
It's
you.
all for you.
Everything I do.
Go play your video games.
I tell you all the time. Okay, well, thank you for the chat.
No problem. Thank you for calling in.
I
We miss
love you.
you.
All. I'm a big fan.
Miss you,
Big
Hunter.
fan.
Miss you, Honker.
I miss you guys. Oh my God. Thank you, Simon, for being me for the day.
Of course. Wearing your skin.
Oh my God. Well, on that note, bye.
Thank you, Hunter.
Bye.
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 The Haunter.
Ooh,
The Haunting.
that was a smooth transition to that applause.
Thank you. I really tried. But yeah, thank you, Hunter. If anyone else wants to call, say your favorite video game, your HBO show. But yeah, again, the number is 714-516-6187.
I like the Lego games, but they'd always make me really intimidated because there's just so, like, I'd always try collecting the studs and everything, and it was really intimidating. But like, I remember really enjoying, like I played on the PSP, like Indiana Jones 2, I want to say.
Yes.
There's just so many, like, yeah, like I really want to get back into them. I remember playing Lego Harry Potter. They had like the iPad version of that too, I remember.
Yeah, I remember I had like the DS version of that one too.
Yeah, and doing spells on it was kind of hard. You had to
It
like
was.
Yeah, like I remember spells being hard.
I only played the Lego Star Wars one, and I had like both the prequel and the original like Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
I only played that one, but also like I would play it at my childhood best friend Ryan's house, and like it was like me, him, and his sister Kate. We would all play it, but I feel like Lego games are like more fun like when you're with like other people. Like playing it by yourself is like not as fun. So I never really played them all by myself. I always wanted to play with other people.
No, I totally agree. That's why my sister and I would play them like all the time, because like when you're playing it by yourself, like it's because it's not like it's like one of those, you know, like a Legend of Zelda or like a world building game. It's more of like a teamwork, like, oh, do this and I'll do that. But I feel like other games are more like individualized.
This one's definitely it's like you can play it all by yourself, but like you're playing with like a computer, and that's not fun.
Exactly.
Because then it gets like funny where you're like goofing around. But
oh my God, it's so funny.
Maybe like on our YouTube channel we should play some video games. That'd be so fun.
I'd be so down. Actually.
I need to get into it. I was thinking about. Did you guys hear about Death Stranding?
What's that?
It's Hideo Kojima. He's the guy who does Metal Gear Solid. He has like this new game that's super weird, and like Guillermo del Toro's in it. People said it was really boring and slow. Yeah, Norman Reedus is like in it. He's like you play as Norman Reedus, and he's kind of post-apocalyptic world where you're like a delivery man. You have to deliver like a fetal baby or something.
That sounds right up your alley.
I know. I was like, in like high school, I was really into Metal Gear, especially the 5th one. And yeah, I really like. I've been looking for that game, and I still haven't played it. So I think that's gonna be the next game I'm playing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. What are you guys the next game you're gonna play?
Goodness gracious.
Okay, mine would be. They're actually, speaking of Lego Star Wars, there's supposed to be a brand new Lego Star Wars.
That's like
game
been like postponed since 2019.
Forever.
I remember. Like, wasn't it called like the Skywalker Saga?
Yes.
Yeah, the remastered. Yeah, that's been postponed forever.
And like we thought it was kind of come out last year when we were all at home still, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. We're gonna play this game like crazy. But it's not out yet, and it's so sad. But because it's gonna have all 9 movies this time, I believe, which is cool because. You know, I've never played the sequel Lego versions before, so that'll be fun.
The first one they released, I think, was like the Phantom Menace, like the prequel Star Wars, and then they did, I think so at least. I just remember, that first level of the Phantom Menace one where you're like running around the like bridges and stuff.
I like the building, like.
Oh, that's like one of the fun parts is building up the stuff. Yeah, that's literally one of the best parts.
You use the Force too. I love that part.
Yeah.
And they're also just like comedic too. It's comedic. Like,
yeah, they're so funny.
So funny. Oh my gosh! Like especially before they could talk. It was so funny. They just like would grunt and like make noises.
They have them talk. I remember the first one I played where they talk was like one of the DC ones, and I was like, well, this feels so unnatural.
I want to say. I could be wrong, but I feel like Lord of the Rings might have been the first one. Oh, maybe that was the one that they took the movie bites from. So it could have been one of the DC ones. But yeah, they could talk in those too.
Boo. No talking. No Legos can talk.
Yeah. That's not real life. Legos can't talk real life.
I know. What the heck?
But
love Lego games.
That's a good...
Huge part of my childhood.
Yeah.
What are you excited for, Angelique?
Me? I don't know. I mean, I guess I haven't been able to really sit down and play Animal Crossing, the new, like, reboot, because they added, like, a $20 DLC for the Animal Crossing where it's, like, Happy Home Designer.
Wait, what is that?
Basically, you can, like, go to other islands and then, like, design houses for other people.
What?
You didn't see that?
No.
You should watch the trailer. Watch the full trailer. And
I never... Okay. I'll have to do that.
Yeah, watch all of the full trailer. But, yeah, I guess.
For sure.
Like, probably, I guess also, like, any Legend of Zelda game that comes out, I tend to be, like, the first person to, like, want to get it. And, like I said, Legend of Zelda, I'm very, like, I get, like, kind of emotional talking about Legend of Zelda. It's, like I mentioned before, I'm an only child, didn't have a lot of friends, so Legend of Zelda was, like, a friend to me. I remember one thing I would do is, like, you know, when I didn't get, you know, they're kind of hard, they're puzzle games, so I would go and, like, downstairs, I would play, like, on the Wii, like, Twilight Princess, and then when I got stuck, I would run upstairs to my mom's computer, our desktop, look up, like, a walkthrough, try to remember it, and then run downstairs to play it again, and then, like, kept going back and forth, and I would write notes. Like, okay, I'm on this part of the walkthrough, and then I run downstairs. So it's a little fun memory of that. But yeah, probably Breath of the Wild, the second one's coming out, and I forgot when, but, like, not soon. Not soon. So, probably that. I also am really big fan of, like, indie, like, video games. Like, another one of my favorite video games is A Night in the Woods, and it's just about, like, a game.
Spooky.
Well, it's like about a game, like, where I can describe it as a coming of age video game, where, like, it's like all animals, like, animals pretend to be human, and basically, like, you're a cat that gets dropped out of college, and you're trying to live your life back at home again, like, your home, like, going back to your hometown and living your life. It's just like they're all animals. It's very heartwarming. I would definitely want to play that game again. I played that game, like, before going to college, and I cried, like, really, really hard. For some odd reason, I cried, like, super hard at the end. And also a big fan of, like, video games that are, like, have different endings.
Did you ever play Heavy Rain?
Yeah, I've heard of Heavy Rain.
That game was wild. That game was like a very adult
Isn't
game.
that one? It's like, Jason!
Yeah, it's kind of this guy who loses his. It's like a drama kind of. It's like
PewDiePie played it. That's the only reason why I watched
PewDiePie
it.
played it. I remember playing it, and it was wild because it is like one of those kind of telltale games where you kind of have to like pick dialogue options, which always kind of bore me. Like I really don't care about them unless it's like a cool story. But like you play as a bunch of different people in this like kind of rainy town, and then there's like this guy's son gets killed by a serial killer, and you have to like go track him down. And the twist is kind of wild, but it's very much like a psychological thing. It's like Silence of the Lambs a little bit. It's like a little kind of like a Seven sort of vibe, but like more of like it's really weirdly like I remember like playing it when I was a kid, and I was like, this is like an adult game. Like it's very adult.
Oh yeah, there's like nudity in the game.
Yeah,
too.
full like frontal nudity. I remember.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
But it was just like the people are like trying to like push the boundaries, which was like I feel like games now are just too tongue in cheek in a way, like just too over the top. But like it used to be like there were games that would be like crazy and wild, but they would still like I don't know be taken seriously and not just kind of like it's all tongue in cheek. Like I remember Heavy Rain was one of those, and the Grand Theft Auto games were all funny, but like they all kind of were like, you know, had like an adult story, and it wasn't just kind of like goofy, like tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff.
Well, we actually have 45 seconds until our show has to top of the 10, or 10 to the top to 10, whatever. But yeah, Simon, please tell us where people can reach you, or like if people want to follow you. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any plugs. I guess Michigan Report from Hell fan page, if you can remember all those letters. Just one word, no uppercase, lowercase, which is actually Michigan Report from Hell is a video game.
Oh, wow.
A really bad. It's like famously like the worst video game.
We need to say our ending. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you, Simon, again for coming. We'll be back next week without Isabella, I think. But yeah, we'll see you soon with Hunter. But yeah, have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. Cut the cameras.